Hey, how goes it? Ken Bozak, here to talk about Bitcoin and Bitcoin accessories. And today I'm here with Nanu Burks. She is a blockchain artist. I met her at the Decentralized art show in Austin, Texas. Nanu, thank you so much for joining me today. Could you please introduce yourself, let people know how you got into Bitcoin and how that affected what you do now and what you do in the industry?
Yeah, absolutely. So my name is Nanu Burks. I'm from Argentina. I left when I was 13. I backpacked for 14 years straight. I didn't like money. I thought I didn't, and I didn't want to live in a monetary economy. And now here I am investing in Bitcoin and making blockchain art.
It's so awesome. So, like, who introduced you to Bitcoin? Like, what was your first conversation about that? Like, where you're like, how is it money, or like, what's it backed by? Like, how'd that conversation go?
Yeah, so I'm surrounded by engineers. You know, my whole family, my brother, my stepdad, everybody is a lawyer or an engineer. And I've heard about these things a lot growing up. But I remember maybe 2011, somebody was telling me about it. You should really buy it, even 2010. And I just didn't care about money at all in general. So I was living, I was busking on the street, painting murals and not really caring about money at all. And then, fast forward, I got back into corporate America. I started making traditional money and found a lot of things that were wrong with the system that I remembered I didn't like. And then I refound Bitcoin. I guess most recently, my friends, some of my artistic and technology friends in Austin are really invested in crypto, and I'm a nerd at heart, so I just really like all of these decentralized systems.
I love how people can nerd out about almost anything, but if you're a true nerd about almost anything, Bitcoin really appeals to those types of people. So, like, you're an art nerd, I'm like a gamer nerd, and then, out of nowhere, all the nerds get Bitcoin. It's nerd money, definitely.
It's nerd money, yeah. And somebody explained it really well to me the other day, saying, the simple, like the internet, the .com is the first wave, the interactive social media is the second wave, and money internet is the third wave. And I think that's very simple. Good way to put it.
Right. I like to tell people, like, if you think of Bitcoin as money, because I like to think of Bitcoin as more than money, but, since that's where we're at, I say, we have the US dollar, US, Mexico has the peso. Internet has Bitcoin. Just think of it as its own little country, and that's the money system they use there. And I choose to live on the internet, so I use Bitcoin. It's just a different country's money. People are like, "Whoa!" Like, the internet is a place where we can live.
Dude, exactly. And I advocate for remote working and remote jobs for so long. I was putting videos on YouTube about how to find remote jobs, what to do with them. And for the last year, I guess 6 months ago, I fully went art. So I quit my jobs and I've been doing like art full time. But before that, I was writing full time. Yeah, it's been amazing. It really has been amazing. And before that, I was writing full time remotely for technology companies. And I was just excited about living in the internet, like wherever I wanted.
So let's talk a little bit about selling art for Bitcoin. I was at the Decentralized art show after party for the Texas Bitcoin conference, and I'll be honest, not to overhype this, guys, but she fucking killed it. You sold a bunch of paintings, all for Bitcoin. It was, people were going nuts over your stuff. I mean, what was that experience like? And to be honest, we all know Bitcoin has just been going up since the event. So it was a great investment on your part. But, like, how was that for you, like, the whole event?
It really was. Thank you. Well, first of all, we collaborated with a bunch of people to make this event happen. So it was amazing to see it come to fruition, to see people network and have fun, and just in a whole different way. I sold 7 pieces one night and 3 pieces the other night. And people were sending me like Ether and Bitcoin and like also Litecoin that I just have now. And I was selling pieces like this. So that was really cool. I actually showed up and I was pretty under the weather. I think I had a fever. So I showed up and I started picking up my pieces because I was going to take them down to leave. And as I was walking out, somebody said, "Wait, I want to buy that." And so I stayed, and then I met you, and then we started talking, and then I just didn't leave. And it ended up being such an awesome party. So
I'm so happy we ran into each other. Yeah, because you were looking for like a box to get stuff together, and as soon as you moved the first painting, somebody was like, "Wait, where'd that go? I wanted it," and it was gone. It was like,
it's so awesome.
Yeah,
and this one sold like an.
I love that.
I don't know if you can see
that one. Yeah, they can. There's a link in the description box to her Instagram. You can check out all these paintings. You said that one sold, but you're going to have prints available for cryptocurrencies, right?
Yeah, this one's going to be available in print. I also make phone covers, so I have a ton of different designs.
Ooh.
So I have phone covers and everything, basically. Make commission pieces, commission murals, which is really fun. I sold an hour after I painted it too at a crypto event.
That's awesome. See that, guys? Now, if you want, you can get your favorite altcoin or your, King Bitcoin. You can get some custom art made for your cell phone, and it'll be one-of-a-kind crypto accessories. And that's what I'm here to talk about, Bitcoin and Bitcoin accessories. So that is so epic. We already know. I put in a custom order, so whatever we'll probably end up getting a phone case with it, because I'm just excited for stuff like this, like where you can just open up a business, start accepting, basically be your own bank. It's a lot easier than dealing with Wells Fargo and trying to be an artist on the go.
Yeah, absolutely. And what's cool about it too for me is that I get to support a message that I really love. With art, of course, we're creating our passions and making the visions that we want. But I really, really care a lot about decentralizing systems and how can I help? Like, I'm not in the government, I'm not a freaking ninja. I feel like a ninja sometimes painting murals and stuff. But, the only way that I can really help is by putting my talents out there with an encrypted message, if you will. And so being able to make pieces like this that talk, and people ask me, what is this about? You know what I mean? Like, this guy, like, he's a blockhead person. Why is he feeling this way? And then we can have a conversation about it. It's kind of like, ask me about Bitcoin. So
yes, ask me about art. Ask me about Bitcoin. I like it.
Yeah.
Some of your art, that picture has been going around in a little bit of my groups, and it's so funny because it's kind of spreading to people that weren't even at the art show or a part of it. It's like, I'm seeing it in group chats that I'm in, that picture with the blockhead, and I'm like, yo, this is going semi-viral in our little community. I think it's so cool.
That's so cute.
I'm excited for you because, like, this is going to take off. Like, you've made some good connections. Your art is amazing. Like, I mean, look behind you. Like, that thing is, look at it. I love it, man. That's awesome. And you just got done doing an entire, like, wall mural you did live, so that's cool.
Yeah, that's on Instagram as well. And I'm actually, so the person who bought one of the limited prints, like the canvas prints of that one, the blockhead, is Sean from Cloud. And I'm actually working with him, splicing some things within the site and maybe making some art for him, and murals coming up for sure. So I love it. Yeah, it's such a blessing to be able to work with these people because, like you said, it's like we're nerds and we get it. And it's the money of the future now. And it's more than money. And it just stands for so many things that make me hopeful. So yeah, it's really exciting times.
to mention Clout, shout out to Clout, clout.io, ZenCASH, and cryptohwwallet.com. They were the sponsors that made the Decentralized Art Show possible, the event where me and Nanu met. That was all possible thanks to them, so shout out to the sponsors. I just wanted to make sure we got them their due diligence because that was just awesome. But
for sure. And the night before, too, because we had two events, so the night before, we were sponsored by Tribe and Decentranet, and they're awesome guys too. And when I went out to dinner with some people from Decentranet, we tried to convince the restaurant to start taking Bitcoin and had a full Bitcoin conversation with a guy who has a Bitcoin, but he lost the key and he's trying to find his $7,000 now. So it was really funny. But yeah, we're just trying to convince one local at a time to start taking Bitcoin. But in Austin, there's Bitcoin ATMs. There's a lot of people who take Bitcoin here.
Austin's like Bitcoin Central. It's amazing. Yeah. Like everywhere I went, there was somebody, I wore the hat, Bitcoin. Everybody knew Bitcoin. It was just the word everywhere, the buzzword. And then you walk around anywhere else, it's like, huh, what's that? Is that Bytecoin? What's Bitcoin? What? I'm like, damn, you just can't read it, Google it.
Do you ever get Uber drivers to download the app? Because I convince Uber drivers to take Bitcoin all the time.
I try, but I don't know if I come off too strong because I'm really passionate. But I haven't gotten a single Uber driver, and it's very disappointing. I'll be honest. No, wait, I'm lying. You're right. Yes, I did. I got one Uber driver, and this was when Bitcoin was at 2,000. And
nice.
I gave them a pretty decent tip, and that, wow, so that's awesome. I know they're out there and they're excited. I got one person now that I think about it. Yeah,
it's one at a time.
And like you said, the business, I've gotten local businesses to accept Bitcoin. Unfortunately, I'm probably the only person in town spending it, but I make sure I visit and support them. And they support Bitcoin by if you buy something with Bitcoin, we'll give you a discount because they're supporting Bitcoin. They're giving you the discount if you support Bitcoin with them. So small businesses are very important, and so are things like you, individuals that are trying to just, do jobs on the go, live a life where you're not anchored to one place, and when you have to deal with the banking system and all of that, it just doesn't make your lifestyle possible. That's what Bitcoin does. It just makes, where people can just sit anywhere and, create value because you yourself can turn anything with paint into value. That's an incredible talent. It's almost like, you know, King Midas. Anything you touch turns to gold.
It's fun, man. It's really fun.
So I was curious, what's one of your favorite Bitcoin wallets? Like your mobile wallet, or do you have a desktop wallet? Do you trade Bitcoin, or you just like hold it? Like, what do you do with it now that you got some?
Yeah, right. So I don't have as much as I want. That's the first, and I think that's everybody's there. But I started taking, you know, 30%, 45% of my art in Bitcoin. And now I'm just down to take 100%. Of course, like the last conference and stuff, I've been taking 100% Bitcoin, and I'm really excited about it. One of the first wallets I ever used was Airbits, and I actually love Airbits so much.
Shout out. Yeah, Airbits. I have their stuff somewhere. They're right here. Oh, now they're called Edge, by the way, so we can't call them Airbits. So it's going to be so hard, isn't it?
Okay, but it's not out yet. It's still beta, right? But it's coming out soon. It's just gonna have so many other coins, and it's just gonna be amazing. I can't wait. So right now, I still have Airbits, and I also use Coinbase. I have Zen Wallet that I haven't really used much.
I love Zen Wallet.
I also do.
Yes, I'm making a video on it. I'm making a video on the mobile wallet for ZenCASH because I actually really like it. Some wallets I really wish had one or two of these features, and it's weird that ZenCASH has them. So I'm like, they got their shit together.
They do, and I like it. There's so many little things about all of them, and that's what's exciting. Like, they just keep getting better and better and integrating more and more things. And so I also use Jax, but Jax in iOS doesn't have all the coins that I want. So I emailed them, and they told me that they're still waiting to get approval from Apple, so that's kind of a bummer. I'm like seriously thinking about getting Android now because of that. So I'm looking into hardware wallets now. I don't have one yet.
You got to get a hardware wallet. Shout out to Crypto HW Wallet. They hooked me up. I'm sending this to my buddy Ben, the trucker. He just got hacked, so I'm making sure he gets a hardware wallet so that can't happen again. Unfortunately, I feel bad for the guy. He's a really good dude. So shout out to you, Ben. I love you, bro. Sorry that happened. But yeah, that's awesome. Airbits, so Edge, just for the future, guys. If you're watching this sometime in the future, which hopefully you are, look for Edge. They're going to have some cool features. You know that the founder and CEO of Edge was at the party with us, right, Paul?
He's awesome. Yeah, I connected with him. I'm talking about painting a mural for them somewhere at the office in San Diego.
I love Edge. Yeah. Yo, he's so damn cool. Me and him were hanging out at one of the other after parties, the after party. It's just so cool to say I was hanging out with, you know, Paul from Edge or Airbits. Like, but we got a gentleman who didn't know about Bitcoin to download Airbits. I sent him some of his first Bitcoin, and this leads me to my next question. But we showed him how to use the directory and the businesses in Austin that accept Bitcoin. So my next question is, like, where have you been spending Bitcoin? Are there any like local businesses you wanted to check out, like, you know, coffee, nails, whatever, that accept Bitcoin? Have you been spending it anywhere?
So I haven't in Austin, and that's my next mission. So I'm gonna go, and maybe we'll do another hangout when that happens, because I do live stuff as well. I've been kind of a hermit and just doing things online, and you know, in California and places like that as well. But there's so many places in Austin, so I can't wait. And I'm pretty sure that I can turn a few local businesses as well.
Yeah, that's always the goal. Whenever I go in, because I'm always wearing Bitcoin stuff, I'm like, you know what a good pitch is? Not a pitch, but like, it's just an observation that makes them understand how they're getting screwed. I'm just like, how much does American Express charge you every time a customer swipes a card? Usually it's about 3.5 to actually 5%. So 5 cents on every dollar, the small business has to pay American Express, or like 3 cents on every dollar to Visa, just to accept my money. And Visa makes them, the small business, wait 3 days for them to actually get the money from me, the customer, who already got my goods. Then, if I'm a shitty customer, I can go out into my car, call up my credit card company, and I can be like, yeah, somebody bought an Xbox One with my credit card. I don't know who it was. And I could be petting my Xbox One, and the poor small businessman, he lost that money and the Xbox. And there's not much you can do about it, you know? And
and there's 20% fraud, right? Like that 20%
it's a lot.
Pretty steady.
And it's small businesses that get hit with it a lot. That's why small businesses will not accept checks. We can't afford it. I work at a small business. The first year we got hit with nothing but bad checks. I don't think one went through. They all were just bad checks.
That's wild.
So it's hard on small businesses. So when you explain to a small business, small little plug for BitPay, because I fucking love BitPay.
I love BitPay.
I love BitPay. They're politically incorrect sometimes, but I like their platform. So when you explain to a business, look, I can give you Bitcoin. You don't even have to hold the Bitcoin. 1%, 1% per transaction, and you get cash same day. And it just blows their mind. They're like, wait, so why isn't Visa doing this? And you're like, because Visa fucking sucks, bro. Why would they not charge you 3% if you're cool with it? You know, you got to be not cool with it. And you know what's funny? You know, I was at the thing. You said you see a lot of Bitcoin ATM machines, right? You know, it's funny because you'll see businesses that don't accept credit cards, and they'll say, we have an ATM machine over there. You can go get cash out, but we don't use, you know, and we're seeing that with a lot of crypto. So they might not, you know, accept crypto or whatever at the register, but there's an ATM machine, so I could go sell a little bit of Bitcoin, get out the cash, and do small business. So it's like, this is that next evolution in money transfer.
It is. It's just going to take a little while for people to get over the idea that it's less safe. Even though, like, do you trust your government and some random bank and some random people taking counting money and changing the fees on you all the time? Like, wouldn't you rather want transparency and to know what the fees are and what they're going into? And the thing that I was talking with my friend the other day too is, you know, Wikipedia started for free and for fun, basically, and this is the main thing. And so we have some of the best people in the computer world creating Bitcoin and similar systems because out of passion, and then it became, you know, a business. But the best people in there, the hackers that the angel hackers, you know, are in there, and so it's pretty safe. And there's so many good documentaries about it. If you guys haven't seen, I know a lot of people that are tuned in right now have, but if you haven't seen some of the basic documentaries about Bitcoin and trying to hack it, just go find those because there's a lot of good explanations in there.
Yeah, I like Banking on Bitcoin and Bitcoin, The End of Money as We Know It. They're two pretty good documentaries. Highly recommend it. You know what? I was curious.
Definitely.
Where do you get some of your Bitcoin information? Is there any like person on YouTube, you know, besides me? No, we just met. But like, where do you get your information? Do you follow anything, or do you read articles, or do you just like buy, hold, and just live the life?
I mean, definitely you, man, for sure. I dig it. And then I'm like a Reddit junkie too. So I'm always in Reddit and like getting into article holes and just, man, everything. Because I think you have to read a good amount of the bullshit, you know, and like the negative and the people who really don't believe in it and see what they're saying and then find the articles that counteract them and be able to have those discussions in an intelligent way. So I'm all over the place. I've been reading everything I can find. And then sometimes I even don't really know like who to believe. It takes me a while and to
believe yourself,
to kind of like make your own decisions about it.
Yeah, dude, I loved, that was like the smartest thing that was ever said on my channel, and I talk a lot, so way to show me up. No, you're right, like, you have to listen to the bullshit, and you have to listen to both sides, the pros, the cons, and then with both of those pieces of information, you digest it, and however you feel, you go with that. You don't go with this guy, you don't go with that, person, you don't go with them, or, over there with that group, you go with you and your gut, and a lot of people will just follow. They're just like, there's a good meme out there where somebody set up a booth and it's how Bitcoin works and why Bitcoin's useful. And then the other booth was when to buy Bitcoin, when to sell Bitcoin. And the guy that was trying to teach the information about Bitcoin had nobody in his line. But the guy telling people when to buy and when to sell, it was like around the corner. And that's how people act in this, They're just like, I don't want to read into it. I don't care how it works. I just want to, you're making money. I'll just do what you say. And then all hell goes loose, of course, because that person's using them to pump the market in their favor.
Yeah, it's very interesting. You have to make your own mistakes for sure. I was investing in Wall Street at some point, just like minor things, just playing with it. Like I said, I never cared about money. I was in a non-monetary economy. I didn't have a cell phone or a computer, and I was just against it. I wanted to live in the jungle forever, and it's so weird that now I'm back and like fully interested. But it's because I feel like I have some type of advocacy and not control, but at least power of decision and like my thoughts and my awareness of it count, you know what I mean, to some extent. And I love people who tell me that investing in Bitcoin and other similar things is gambling, and that investing in Wall Street is not gambling, because it totally is. There's always going to be a percentage of just taking a risk, but I believe there's so many of us who are so hardwired to push this consciousness and this evolution forward. Like, all of us who are already in this market are going to continue to support it, and there's more people turning every day. So it's not about to go anywhere anytime soon,
No, at all. I mean, just look what happened recently. Chicago Mercantile Exchange, the world's largest futures market and stuff, just added Bitcoin. We got Fidelity now. I mean, the whole traditional world that used to trade stocks and traditional currencies They're coming in. I mean, Amazon's buying domain names left and right. Rumors are Amazon's going to be accepting Bitcoin. So everybody with an Amazon, account is about to get a Bitcoin wallet right there.
Badass.
Everybody.
Badass.
Yes.
That's awesome.
So they might not use it. They might not know what it is, but it's going to be there. And maybe even 1% of people look into it and get into it. That's still something. Like, that's why I'm excited about people adding it to things. And a lot of people gave me shit for my video earlier because they're like, you don't understand, it's not really for Bitcoin. I'm like, well, the people that buy it there, they're going to see it and realize that they're not holding Bitcoin. They're holding some futures. They're going to get into Bitcoin and hold Bitcoin, and then they're going to get away from that market. They're going to see that this is the real market. Cryptocurrencies are real. There's just no bullshit in this.
Yeah, and decentralized systems in general too. Like, think about decentralizing healthcare and education and just providing more opportunities to collectively co-create a better future. It's so idealistic, but it's true. There's just more opportunities to do. I was talking with somebody about decentralizing art in general and music, and not having to wait for people who control the 1% of anybody who's successful to have the gates. You know what I mean? Like, we can just just have more solutions where the users are controlling the market. So that's really cool.
So do you have any like art projects coming up? Anything big you wanted to talk about? I know you're working with a couple projects like Edge and Clout. Anything else coming out, or anything particular you're working on?
Yeah, for sure. So I'm definitely gonna have some paper wallets in my prints. That's what I'm working on right now. I'm excited for that, and I'm excited for playing around with some secret QR codes, maybe putting hidden messages that people can decode to discover a location, to have a party ad, and things like that. So there's going to be a lot of integration and embedding coming in fun ways, so stay tuned for sure.
Dude, Ed, I'm so excited your mentality is in this space, because that's with just that, though, I know, like, I didn't even see that coming. Like, we've been talking off the air. I did not see that coming. That is awesome. So you could do, like, a hidden geocache in the art for a party or something.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking about.
What?
Let's get
secret underground next time. Secret underground Bitcoin meetups for art, underground art shows, dude.
That's what I'm saying. Decentralizing for real.
That is so
Let's
crazy.
get Renat up in here next time, and we can really talk about some stuff.
Yes,
right?
Yo, shout out to Renat from Room Mining. That's ROOM Mining, Room Mining. Yo, Renat's a genius. Yeah, dude, I really think you and him should team up, because he was talking about hiding money in paintings. So I was thinking, like, I would totally buy a painting from you that had 1 Bitcoin embedded in it with like a public address. Like, it was just encrypted, and I held the private key on the back of the painting or whatever. Like, yo, my mind started.
That's totally where I'm going.
Yo, Renat and you are like the future of art and blockchain. Like, y'all gotta team up and make it possible so I can just buy some of this. Like, I want in.
For sure. I'm so excited. I want in too. Like, oh my God, there's so many possibilities, and that's just the beginning, as technologies evolve too, and we get more people together. Yeah, this is very exciting. And virtual reality too, right? Like, decentralized shows that we're doing with the virtual realities and
crazy.
The VR, like just painting the VR. Crazy.
Yeah, I was painting.
Did you try? You painted, right?
Oh yeah, I painted. I painted boobs.
Like in 3D? Did you go around and like
I did. No, I did. And then I didn't realize till I took the helmet off. Everybody at the party could see what I was doing on the projection, because I was so busy. I didn't see that the thing was being projected on the wall. So I'm sitting there drawing boobs and nipples and playing around, being a dumbass. And I take the headset off, and like everyone's laughing. I'm like, oh, damn it.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yo, that VR art is no joke, because somebody drew like a little flower bed and grass and like flower, and it looked so great. And then somebody was like, click this in and you can zoom out, and it was just like a whole universe, like an endless like universe. And then people were playing.
You can rotate.
Yeah, it was like I felt like I was God. Like, it was just so crazy. I just wish I had better artistic talents, because I'm not ambidextrous. I could draw a stick figure, and then somehow that's not proportioned right. So
I felt really cool, kind of like you have the 2 controllers, and one of them you can just move around and point at what you like, the type of brushes you want to select.
Yeah, it was
and
like
stuff. And after playing with a while, after playing for a while, you kind of feel like you're totally in that world. You become part of the virtual reality. It's really nice.
Oh yeah, taking the headset off, I felt a little weird. You get really immersed in the VR, especially with the art, because like it was so detailed. It was VR art, like 360. I really don't think people are understanding how awesome this was, because there was, if you weren't there, I don't know if you got to experience this type of VR yet, but it was just like, imagine painting a picture from like the inside out. You know, like
Yeah,
instead of painting
exactly.
the mountain from the outside, like you paint the mountain's core, then you paint the mountain's exterior, then you paint the snow on it, and you can just travel into the painting. Like, dude, it's so
It's so
next level.
wild.
And then I was thinking, me and Renat, you know, there's going to be places like you, an artist, where you paint a forest in VR, and then you can like lease it to people that can walk around in it and experience it like a real life like a virtual Airbnb. Like you're going to
Yeah,
paint
that's fun.
something that's a real environment I can walk in and interact in, and like it's going to be like walking into like the Scream. Like imagine if people could do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Have you seen the videos of that? People
Yes.
reproducing famous paintings? Yeah. And what was that movie? I think it's
Da Vinci or
The
something,
Last
right?
Man on or
Oh,
something.
no.
There's a movie where I mean, there's a bunch of these, but anyway, there's one in particular that they have a wall and they can just change the projection, the setting of the wall, and basically project whatever they want, a forest or whatever, but it's interactive. And so I feel like we're really getting close to that, and it's really exciting to be creating murals that are interactive for people and that you can just kind of project wherever you are.
So, I want to get back onto your art real quick. Sorry, I just want to get back to that. Are you using any platforms like what's some of them? Purse. You could sell stuff on purse.io. You can sell stuff on other decentralized platforms. Is there anything that you're using? I can't remember. I can't figure out why I can't remember the name of the platform I really wanted to mention. But there's places that you can sell your art for Bitcoin. Are you on any of those websites, or do we need to get you on there?
Yeah, so that's what I've been investigating the last couple of months, and I haven't found one that I love yet, but I believe with Decentranet, I'm going to be doing that and then shopping around for some options. So if you know some good ones, for sure, let me know. I also just read Fantasy Coin in the new Hot Lady. The Hot Lady's name is Nanu, and if you want to put a Fantasy Coin out there for me, please do. That would be super fun. So.
That would be so cool, because then you could design the coin.
Yeah, I'll design the coin. Let's do it.
Let's do it. You got to get one of those nerdy coders out there. I wish I was a coder. I'd probably made my own coin by now, just because of like trading card purposes or something.
So much fun. What do you think about physical Bitcoin coins?
Oh, I got one whole Bitcoin coin thing right here from Julian Smith from blockfreight.com. Julian Smith hooked me up with a one whole ounce of fine copper with a whole Bitcoin on it. I think there's like a private key on the back and all.
That's badass. I really want one just for fun.
The only thing I don't like though is you have to put trust into the guy who made it. Like, I don't trust the fucking bank, dude. Like, let alone Joe, who made a gold coin in his goddamn basement. So it's really hard. It's a really bad trust issue for me, because, like, he knows my private key.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Interesting.
Open Bazaar. Jesus Christ, guys. Thank you, Agartha, in the chat box. I love you guys.
That's what it is?
Open Bazaar. Write that down. Get on Open Bazaar, because you can actually run your own store on your computer. So, or I can do it. Like as long as my computer's on and running on the internet, it's like a decentralized, Amazon or something, or eBay. Like, everybody contributes to the network. It's not one server. It's us. Like, instead of mining, you're doing this. Like, it's so fucking cool.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. Yeah, for sure. And so I'll be selling these and all that stuff.
Yeah, we're definitely going to get you on Open Bazaar, without a doubt. Or I know the guys on Twitter. I'm going to link. You have a Twitter, right? I'll link you guys on Twitter.
Oh, I had a Twitter and then I didn't. And the other day I gave my cards to everybody that say @NanuBurks, and everybody just assumes that is Twitter, because obviously in this community. And so I just reopened my Twitter. So yeah, I have like 2 posts in there, but yes, I have a Twitter now, and it's just @NanuBurks. So
awesome. Well, I would definitely. My suggestion would be to maybe just do a YouTube live. Post the links on your social medias and start painting and auction it off live as you're painting it. See if people will bid on it. That would be awesome. I know I'd be in the audience.
For sure, man. I'm so excited to do that. I was playing with live.me for a little bit, Twitch, and I got bored with that. But I think this is going to be really fun, YouTube Live, for sure. Oh,
I love it. I mean, of course, we have people like Agartha who say things like, "My wife thinks you look good." No, not you, Ken. Shout out to Agartha's wife. That's awesome. I have some of the best subscribers ever. Like, my chat's always full of life. I love it. Thank you guys for tuning in.
I love it.
So is there any alternative currency, like an altcoin or a blockchain project that you're into for, argument's sake, or give you like a little thing to think about, I like Arcade City, and that was very big in Austin. It was everywhere. They sponsored some events. They were sponsoring some rides back and forth from the events. So Arcade City is pretty freaking awesome. I heard they're about to release their own token, so that's pretty cool. I'll look more into that. But is there any like projects on the blockchain that you're interested in? Anything that caught your eye?
Yes, but they're not released yet. I'm kind of talking with some people about making some altcoins, and so I'm really excited about that, and that's going to be coming out soon. But there's a lot of projects in Austin. We're all, there's a gallery, the Cherry Colette Art Gallery, that we do a lot of parties at, and they're a lot of very lively people, and they play with VR quite a bit as well. So yeah, I'm excited about that for sure. There's just endless possibilities too. That's the thing. Do you want to talk a little bit about why having different coins for different projects is important?
Oh yeah, so
like,
it doesn't congest the network, the bandwidth. It's the same reason you can't use one auditorium for 6 rock concerts or a rock concert and a car show. You need a different space to host different projects or different purposes. So the more I got into Bitcoin, the less I got into being a Bitcoin maximalist, and I saw the purpose for altcoins and alternative blockchains that could take some of the pressure off Bitcoin's blockchain, off the bandwidth. So if you're going to use, a cryptocurrency for social media, like how, Steam It or Clout's going to do it, you can't have penny transactions happening a million times. It will bog down the network. The fees will go up. So there's certain things, certain applications and use cases where alternative blockchains and alternative decentralized coins and currencies, tokens even, utility tokens, they all serve a purpose that will take some of the pressure off of Bitcoin's blockchain. But again, in my opinion, eventually Bitcoin's blockchain will be able to handle anything an altcoin can do. So like, they're just helping now to relieve the pressure. Just like everybody had their own intranet back when the internet came out. Like businesses would have their own inner internet, and that they would communicate within their own intranet. And then we got the internet, had better speeds, and we could just link all these intranets. Eventually, anything your altcoin can do, Bitcoin's going to be able to do it better. But till then, I'm invested in plenty of altcoins until that flips, until Bitcoin gets that, atomic swaps, lightning network, microtransactions at a penny level. Yeah, until then, altcoins serve a purpose until the purpose is no longer useful.
Yeah, it's exciting to be able to be a part of the building process, like to get in now and play with all these things, you know what I mean? And experience and experiment, because you can just take one Bitcoin or like half a Bitcoin or whatever you want and just play around with a few other ones and see what it's like. That's what I started doing, and it's really fun, just...
Yeah, you don't need anyone's permission,
Yeah.
Like when you're trying to trade stocks and shit, it's like, why is this so hard? I just want to make money with you. Why do you hate me? Like, I wanted to invest in so many things, like Kim.com had mega upload on Bank to the Future, and I didn't know shit about investing in shit. And this was like a year ago, guys. I just got into Bitcoin. So like, if you think I've been in this forever and I got where I got, this has been a very short ride. But I was trying to invest in Kim.com's mega upload on Bank to the Future. And they were like, nah, you have to have $1 million or be part of a group of people who have like $5 million. Right. I'm like, but how am I supposed to make my first $1 if you don't let me give you a couple dollars and then I can cash out? And no, not allowed to join the party. It was like, well, fuck you then. I'm going to go gamble with, I'm going to gamble with Bitcoin and trade it and make money without your permission.
Dude, I never believed in a 401k. I mean, that's kind of stupid to some people, but I never really believed in the system. And then I got this job and I started putting some money in my 401k around the same time that I was investing in Wall Street, and I just wanted to play with it and see what it was like. Then I forgot about it, and then 2 months later, I get a call from somebody saying, "We closed your account and we're sending you $1,000 back." They lost a bunch of my money, and I'm not accepted to have a 401k anymore because I didn't have enough money in it. So none of it made sense. Nobody told me about it, and that was months ago, and that was like when I was like, okay, I'm done. Like, I didn't believe in this before. I tried it. They closed me out. They lost my money. There's no really anything protecting you. Like, they always have some bullshit loss and whatever that they can excuse themselves with. And if I make a mistake trading or whatever, at least it's my own. You know what I mean? It's not some like random person.
I love that you said that, because like, if you lose your private key, if you lost your mobile wallet, if you didn't back it up, it's on you. But when the bank fucks up, it's like, well, I felt hopeless. Like, I depended on you. You had one fucking job and it was to watch my money. and not lose it. And that's your job, and they fucked it up for you. I mean, they do it to a lot of people though, and I'm very big on like homelessness and the fact that it's impossible to get out of that position. You have to get ID, but to get ID, you have to have a job. To get a job, you need ID. So once you get the job, before you get the job, they want a bank account. I can't get any of that stuff because now I'm fucking homeless. Like,
crazy.
It is, but if you give a homeless person a Bitcoin wallet, they become their own bank. They can start to earn money. You don't want to have, in a homeless position, you don't want to have cash on you because you could get robbed, you know, and stuff happens. So if you could bank, you know, homeless people where I'm from have iPhones. I mean, they're like everywhere. iPhones. Oh,
totally, man.
$20 iPhone. You can't even sell an iPhone for $10 anymore. So every homeless person has the power to be their own bank. And you know,
that's a really good point. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I'm excited for other blockchains like Golem and stuff like that. They're gonna give people a use for all this technology that they do nothing with. But I do want to kind of wrap this up a little bit. Is there anything that you wanted to make sure people understand about, you know, decentralized art and you know how Bitcoin has changed your, you know, your ability to earn an income making art on the go?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's just amazing to have this opportunity. The people that I connect with, I have intelligent conversations all the time with passionate people who believe in this. We can co-create together. You know, if you have an idea of a meme or something that you want to create, but in a more professional way, or something that excites you that you would like to see represented, I can create that for you, which is really fun. I'm excited to make murals all over the place. With some more of this imagery and pushing this message. And I think what you bring to light is very important for homeless people, home-free people, however you identify with that. And it's just part of the education, you know? So let's continue to empower each other and educate each other. And the last thing I wanted to say was I'm a big person, a big believer in pay it forward. And I started this with Venmo a long time ago, where I will send $10 to some random person that I Google on Venmo. And so let's start doing that on the blockchain too. Just like find, you know, a code, a number, and just send some money. Like find an address, change some numbers, and send some money and see what happens. And it's just fun, you know, pay it forward, move some things around and see what happens.
All right, guys. So when this video goes live, after we're done, and you can post a comment and it's there forever. I know you guys know what I'm talking about. Post your Litecoin address and I'll send you like $10 to a couple people on behalf of Nanu. Shout out to Nanu. Thank you so much for stopping by. Everybody, the links are in the description box below. Can you let them know where they can find you? Website, Instagram, Twitter, everything. Just let them know where to find you.
Totally. So Nanu Nomadia on Facebook, I'll post that. But Nanu Burks on Instagram, so at Nanu_Burks, and Nanu Burks on YouTube. We'll post all the links on there, and Nanu in Twitter as well. So I hope to see you guys there. Whatever you want made, let me know. Thank you so much, Ken. So much fun. I hope we do it again.
Thank you, Nanu. I think you should probably come up with something where like will work for cryptocurrencies or something, you know?
Dude, you know it.
Thank you so much, awesome. Nanu. All right, everybody. Have a night. Peace.